And now, the Crypt Keeper of Creepy, the provocative prince of the tweens, the nightmare from Neptune. It's Zabujard!
Hey guys, I'm in the car. I'm driving. Something about being in a car ramps up my anxious energy from about a 1 to about a 4 nigrillion. And I don't know why that is exactly. I don't exactly know why that is. It's just a little thing. I don't know. Maybe someone else has the same thing. I don't know. It's not. Anyways, I think that, and this is a big theory that I think can easily be proven. I think this can be proven. I think that if my anxious energy got up high enough, it could cause some kind of a mental break. And, but then again, that's never happened. But I feel like if it got up to a high enough point, I feel like maybe, I don't know. You know what? Actually, I don't even know if that's true. It feels like that could be true, but that may not even be true. So, that person's funeral is today, but I'm going to hang out with Jan instead, and probably have a few beers with the Janster himself. And I feel I felt like I was going to throw up, and I almost did throw up from brushing my teeth earlier, and from, I think, just an energy in the air today about things. And I think this, the whole word, this, lest we not forget that this world's all about me, and everyone else is just a side character, and everything here is all about me and about my own inner voice, inner brain, inner cartoons, inner all that stuff, and and coffee also raises anxious energy by about 10 trillion. About 10, maybe the experience of being in a car moving through 3D hyperspace, 4D nigger space, 5D chess space, 6D queer space, 7D hyper neutrino airspace, 10D chess. There's something about being in a car that raises, I sound like I could be a Christian pastor. He raised from the dead on the 4th day. On the 5th day, he raised up some flower beds, and he grew up some lasagna and some petunias. Can I get an amen? Nah. Hallelujah. It's a fucking Easter forwarding Sunday. I sound like I could be a pastor. And I could. I truly think I could easily be a cult leader or a speaker of some kind. I was always good at public speaking, but I am shy when it comes to being outdoors. So if there was a white person burqa, like how Muslims wear burqas for their women, I would probably wear one of those. Just because I feel a little bit shy when I'm outside, even though I'm extremely attractive. I feel like if I take my bike out, for example, I'd feel like I have like a hood on or sunglasses so that I'm kind of invisible, so no one can see me walking around town or biking or riding my bike. So it's like I'm an invisible creature, so then I don't have to feel a bit shy that other people can see that I'm there. And so, I think burqas are a great invention. If you're a little bit shy, then people could wear burqas or hoods or cloaks or robes or sunglasses or veils. Like, wedding veils are expensive. I tried to find one so I could wear a wedding veil to hide my face around town, but they're expensive because they're made out of an interesting old world Tartarian artifact of clothing called lace. Now, the way they create lace is a very interesting procedure, because what is lace? I'm not talking about Sarah Lace. Some of you might get that. I'm talking about lace. Lace is like an invisible type of clothing thread. How do you make an invisible clothing? Has anyone here ever thought about that? How do you make clothing invisible like lace? Good question, Jer. And I don't know the answer to that, but I just know that it most likely came from, not us, but from the last humans who were here who gave us all of this technology. I'm guessing they invented how to make lace. And everything else we see, cars, bars, scars, Mars, stars. Look into lace if you haven't looked into lace, because it's I think everyone should be dressing up. You know what's not fair is that women can wear big. I saw a woman driving just now who was wearing a thong bikini. Women can wear thongs, like basically being nude in public, and they don't even fucking get a slap on the wrist. Men can't do that. Men can't be naked in public. Women can, in bikinis that show off all their holes, all their sweat glands, all their whatever they have, all the hair on their body. Men can't do that. So that's women privilege right in your fucking face, because women can wear bikinis, whatever they want, and men can't do that. Women can wear cosplay, men can't do that. Women, and look, I don't care, because women have small brains and shit, so this doesn't matter, but I'm just saying that it's just weird how women can do whatever the fuck they want, and like they can wear whatever they want, and men can't do that. We have to wear jeans. Some people wear Jinko jeans. A lot of men wear jorts, which are jean shorts. Most American white men wear jorts, sandals, socks, sunglasses, fanny packs, samurai swords. I wish men could carry around giant swords. I wish we could do that. I wish we could do that. I would do that. That's what I would do. Yeah, I'm having a Coca-Cola in the car, and you know, when you walk into someone's home, you can always tell if it's you can always tell if it's a Coca-Cola home or a Pepsi home, right? This is my stand-up routine. You know, you walk into a Pepsi home, you see pictures of Jeffrey Epstein on the wall, okay? You walk into a Coca-Cola home, and you see a pool table, and you see curtains, windows. Have you guys ever met a black person before? I met one time, and I went into his house. He invited me into the basement. I go into his basement, and I see a big box, and I'm like, hey, what's in this box? Tyrone. And he's like, oh, nothing. And I opened the box, and there's a big box of fried chicken. Huh? Fried chicken, okay? And I said, what the heck? You're going to eat all this chicken, Tyrone? He said, yes, master. Please whip me some more, master, so I can eat my fried chicken in my basement, Nipka. So that would be my stand-up routine. Okay. Please whip me, master. So I. Okay. So, a black guy and a Jewish guy walk into a bar, and the bartender says, "Okay, what do you guys have?" And the Jewish guy says, "Oh, I don't know. He'll say, "Oh, this is a stick up. Give me all your money." So the bartender gives the Jewish guy all of his money. And he says, "Okay, black guy, what do you have?" Some fried chicken." "No, duh!" And then an Asian guy walks into the bar, and he orders some rice or something.
I don't see why I would even care about women at this point, because they're boring, and their only function should be intimacy. Every other function is boring below their only function should be below the what's it called? Below the waist. Below the waist. Take every woman in the universe, make a bilateral horizontal cut across their stomachs so that only men have access to the bottom parts of below their waist. The top parts of them, put them all in a giant room, and they'll talk to each other about makeup and Barbie dolls for all of eternity. Hook them up to universal immune eternal life machines that keep them alive forever, where they talk about beauty products, makeup, Barbie dolls. And so I think I only need myself, kind of, and we should only care about ourselves and our people near us, because like I said, women are they're just boring anyway, so I don't even know why I would even care about women at all at this point, because they are boring. I think it is strange that I've been single this whole time, but I don't know, it doesn't matter. Like, if I had a girl here, she'd probably get bored. I'm just sitting on my computer playing a card game that has about 10 max players per day on it, or less, and so that's why, and, so, whatever, and, and, so yeah, so I've been making, like, the Pomni cartoons, so those are to trick, gooners into watching my cartoons, and I'm hoping it works. We're gonna see if it works. It kind of works on Newgrounds. I'm not sure if it works other places, but it does kind of work on Newgrounds. You just post adult-looking stuff. And suckers fall for it, because people just want goon content, I guess. I mean, so usually my cartoons get about 180 views on Newgrounds. This cartoon I did yesterday has gotten 3,000 views, okay? Usually they get 180. This cartoon has 3,000 views. Okay, you understand that? That's kind of that's actually a pretty big jump. That's a pretty big jump. So I'm just going to keep doing that. Newgrounds users are gooners. They're gooning addicts. I'm not saying I'm not, but, well, I don't go on Newgrounds and fucking look for whatever. But I think I'm just going to do that, and just trick gooners into watching my cartoons by making stupid Pomni getting beaten up by a baseball bat cartoons, or whatever the hell whatever the hell happens to Pomni. She's some shitty clown character or whatever that all the gooners like, or something. She's this generation's Kim Possible. You can quote me on that. And I really want to make metal music, and I hope I can do that somewhat efficiently, because I'm not the best at knowing how to make music, and I've wanted to make metal music for a long time. If you guys have tips in the comments, I need to find people who have tips on this subject, on how I need a drum beat, and then I'm gonna use my guitar, and you guys have seen my guitar in the videos, and I have, I want to just, it's gonna be, the lyrics are gonna be kind of dark. This is a warning warning shot for anyone still on this channel. The lyrics might get a tiny bit dark on some of my metal songs that I might post here. And so that's just a heads up. And I have my guitar here, and there are certain metal scales you can do, like Phrygian scales and things. So let me see here. Okay, hold on. So, I mean, that's a scale, but I actually kind of like, I want these Egyptian-y scales. I want these weird Egyptian-y scales. I gotta find a damn fucking pick. Because I don't even have a pick here, I don't think. But, so I kind of like, when the notes are, so I might try to use this scale, whatever the hell this scale is, but I like when the notes are really close together like this. No. So I'll figure it out. There's some cool metal scales. There's the Lydian scale. Forget the Lydian scale for a second. I know there's some scale I liked. I'm trying to remember what it is. Maybe it's the diminished scale. This sounds right. I think this is one of the ones that I liked. Yeah, maybe something like that. I just gotta look up like Egyptian-y scales, and I want to use those because those sound really kind of badass. And if you have ideas for metal songs, I don't want them because I got enough ideas. I don't want them, but you can write them in the comments. And the cool thing about guitars is you can put a capo on your guitar. So here's the normal C chord, and when I put a capo on, it sounds like this. Remember what that chord sounded like, and now listen to it. Yeah, metal would be cool to do. And you know, I might keep making cartoons, of course. It'd just be really cool if I could figure out how to fucking make some badass metal music so I could like try to sing a little bit. I can't. I mean, I'm not sing, but like verbal poetry, talking. I'm not, you know, something like that. I can kind of sing a tiny bit, but it hurts my throat to even kind of really attempt. I'm thinking maybe a London Bridge is Falling Down remix metal cover. London Bridge is fucking gay. Something like that. London Bridge is suck my nigga dick. Something like that. Like, a London Bridge metal Ted Nigger H remix, the remix, and yeah. So this guy said Pomni needs to start an OnlyFans at this point. The clown character. That's funny. That's true. She should start a, yeah. I'm gonna make business cards. And hand them out. I've never made business cards before, so I think I want to make business cards and hand them out to people. That's Japanese for I only need some half-assed gods. That's all I need. Nesuwabuto. That's Japanese for women or pigs. Oh man. Mesuwabuta, remember that. Mesuwabuta. Because, write in the comments, are women pigs? The last one I met was definitely kind of a oinky splinky. That's all I can say. That's all I can say about that person. She was a tiny bit piggish. I don't want to be mean to anyone, so. But trust me, if you met her, you would think the same exact thing. And I got pretty angry yesterday from all the cleaning. My mom, I moved back in with me mom, and she just bust into my door all day, every day, do these chores, do this, do these snores, do these blores, do these whores, do these, just do these chores, do the chores, just all day long. And it's just like, I was getting kind of grumpy about it. It's like, what the hell, this is fucking gay. And it was not, I was getting too stressed and grumpy about all this stuff or whatever, all the chores or stuff or whatever that your mummy makes you do when you move back in with your mummy. So, and then, she treats me like I'm 4 years old and I'm 33 years old. I haven't even been here in 3 years. And I come back and it's like I'm still treated like I'm 2 years old and I'm 33 years old. Like I can pay rent. I'm paying rent here, but it doesn't make a difference that they still treat you the same as a toddler with dying of AIDS, nigger AIDS to be specific. So that was stressing me out yesterday, and I was getting a tiny bit. Did get kind of tiny bit grumpy, and kind of like punched a shirt, and then the shirt kind of hit my head really hard. That's what you get for punching a shirt. The shirts fight back, and they hit you in the head, and they hit you in the cock. You have to be careful if you fight. But when I get stressed and angry, like Nick Senny, I just want to hit stuff. I want to like break a bunch of mailboxes. Just get a baseball bat and break all the mailboxes in town. I feel like an unlimited, infinite energy, unlimited anger hurricane blowing a giant fucking storm right lately, and it has to do with I don't know. I think it has to do with chicks or whatever, or being single and not being able to like struggling sometimes with keeping my cool and with being okay with being alone. Women can't even love you. You can love yourself more than any woman. You don't need any person in this world except for yourself, because when you die, you only take yourself with you. That's it. So the biggest trick that, I don't care if you're atheist, satanist, whatever, but if you think this world is all there is, then that would be pretty sad. But that's also, I actually don't think that's a terrible thing, but because there's no real evidence kind of that there is a world after this. like that we've can remember, because I think all of our souls are kind of like memory wiped when we enter this fag realm. But so I wouldn't even really. I would feel bad for that person who thinks this is all there is, but I would understand that because logically, we don't get proof, and it is good to get proof of things. It's bad to just believe every single thing in the universe just because blah blah blah. Like the word lie is in the word believe, for example, and I think it's there on purpose because if you just blindly believe everything that you see, then you could just become a sucker, So it's good to have some skepticism and doubt. But if you think like we're an immortal, eternal soul being, then it wouldn't make sense for this place to be the end-all be-all. And every religion talks about a afterlife type of thing, reincarnation, whatever. It's good to be skeptical of religions, though. And good to be skeptical of everything. Everything. You should just be careful what you take into your body and your brain and what you take into your personality and shit. Because it could rape you and destroy you. I don't know. And I forgot what we were talking about. I was trying to watch a ghost video the other day, but it was too scary, so I had to turn it off, and then it made it hard to fall asleep. But maybe I'll watch it today. It's about ghosts, and it has ghost footage in it. And Tab sent it to. I'm subscribed to the channel, but Tab sent me the video anyway. Oh. The sun is not out today. It's gloomy today. But that's okay. Might still be a pretty damn good day, right? Sorry, not many podcasts lately. I don't know what to talk about. I moved back in with me mom. Still not working. The NEET, the disability money is going fine right now. The only problem is I move so much. I might as well write I'm homeless on the applications because I just move around so much because getting kicked out so much, whatever, all the rehabs and stuff, right? So I was just moving around constantly. And they don't like that. The government doesn't like when you move around a lot. They want to know your address. And then when you change your address, you have to change your health insurance and you have to change your dental insurance. And you have to change your food stamps EBT card. So I would have to, and I've already done this. I've already changed my address and I've done all that. And it's kind of a pain. It's actually a huge pain. And I need to go to the dentist because I got cavities. So I need to fix my insurance. And I don't want to do all that shit, man. I don't even know where to begin with all that gay shit, right? So it's just like, I don't even want to deal with all that. That's the bad thing about NEET Bucks. It's nice that it's free cash. I mean, it took me 8 years to get on it, and I don't know how long they're going to let me stay on it. The nice thing is that it's free cash, but it took 8 years to get on, which is kind of rare. And then you have to deal with all this like paperwork and shit, and it's just too much bureaucrat bullshit to deal with sometimes or something, But anyways, yeah, I need to get back on my insurance, whatever, so I can go to the dentist. Because I drink a lot of soda, by the way. This is a soda drinking channel. I don't really drink alcohol or anything like that. Don't really do drugs or anything, but I do enjoy soda and stuff. I can't believe people drink alcohol every day. That stuff tastes like shit, and it makes you feel like shit. It makes you feel like you're gonna die. It makes you feel like you're getting cancer into your testicles and your cock. I would never want to do that ever. It's just gross. I don't know how people do that, because I've met a few people, and you probably have too, who are alcoholics, who drink all the time and drink every day. It's bizarre. It's very bizarre, because it tastes like shit. It tastes like really gross. So I would never want to do that, pretty much. I would rather just microdose Datura or something, or microdose, I don't know, mushrooms, or something somewhat healthier, just for a weird little head high type thing, I guess. I don't know. Whatever, so keep watching my cartoons. They're really gonna start popping off soon. They're starting to get 1 trillion, about to hit 1 trillion subscriber views. On the Pomni Shrek farting cartoons. Keep watching, and yeah, so keep your head up and keep on trucking. I do know someone who just kind of ended their life, and the funeral was a few days ago. I didn't go because I thought it'd be sad, so I didn't end up going to the funeral. But and by the way, I don't really get sad. Like, I don't cry, or I don't think I've ever been sad or anything. But I still think it would be kind of, depressing to go to a funeral. 'Cause I don't really get sad, but I do get angry. So mostly from video games. Just when I'm playing by myself too, not when I'm like playing with other people, but if I'm playing by myself, I can get kind of angry. And when I play with myself, I get angry. Can you imagine? That would be hilarious if somebody got angry every time they were masturbating. Okay, well, yeah, I mean, I'm not going to give up on the GF stuff, maybe. I don't think I've ever given up on it. I've just never been successful with it, but I've never actually, like, given up on that. But it just never fucking really has. It's never really happened. But I've never really, like, given up on it. I don't meet any females because I don't have, I mean, I had jobs. But I guess the females at my jobs were not super cool looking. I remember the last job, my coworker was very large, and she had a offspring and Latinx, so I'm definitely not interested. And my boss was really hot at my last job, but she was married. So that didn't work out. And that's pretty much, and then, yeah, so, and then I can't go into my other example because it's just too weird. And, maybe I can. No, I'm not going to. But, it's not weird, it's just anyways. Yeah, like I don't go to the bars. I don't know where you meet women. I saw a lot of hot ones at the mall, dude. I saw a lot of hot chicks at the mall. When I was vlogging at the mall the other day, you have to check my mall vlog if you haven't seen it. Check the mall vlog on this channel. And yeah, I mean, just remember, this is all about you and whatever. So just, life's about having fun. Life's about having fun. So just go out and have some fun. I don't know. So just, people might be like, oh, that's hedonism, that's hedonistic, that's niggeristic, blah, blah, blah. Just, who cares what people think? Just do whatever. I mean, I'm not saying go have like 45 kids, but just fucking, who cares what people think? Just do whatever you think you should do in your head, in your chest, or whatever. Just do whatever comes to mind. I don't know. Or just, if you want to pray, then pray. If you don't want to pray, then don't pray. I don't care. I was praying constantly for the last several years, and I remember 10 years ago, I prayed constantly for a GF all year. Guess what? It didn't happen. It's a big surprise, right? Big surprise. But then, these last few years, I was praying constantly just for memorized Jewish prayers over food and other things, and stopped doing that. Don't really give a shit about that anymore. And I don't know if I really saw results from that at all. I honestly don't. I think the most results I've seen from anything I've done are just from being Jer, looking for synchronicities, magic with a K, focusing my subconscious and conscious mind on random things and getting results from that. But as far as prayer goes, nope. Never really got a lot of results from prayer. So magic is ceremonial, it's strict, it has rules, it has practices. Witchcraft is praying to outside forces you don't understand. Not all of it, I'm guessing, but most of it, I'd say, is in witchcraft is praying to outside forces that you don't understand. And magic with a K is different from witchcraft because it's actually following procedures, doing little dances, doing theatrical speeches to yourself, and little prances and dances, following strict, like theater class for for theater majors and thespians. Witchcraft is praying to outside forces you don't understand, which I haven't really done before, but I actually am open to doing probably. I've just been too lazy to do anything. If you can pray to an outside force you don't understand, then you might as well, because you only live one. Hashtag YOLO. Just kidding, reincarnation, but hashtag YOLO, and you might get some insight from interesting entities that aren't from this stupid faggoty realm. I know Christians or religious people might say, no, that's praying to demons, or praying to scary creatures who might rape you, blah, 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 blah. I mean, it's the same as humans. Some humans are bad, some humans are good. I imagine some entities are bad, some entities are good. So if you could talk to an outside alien creature, I don't see why you would not want to. So it's on my to-do list. I've just been too lazy to do it. But that's coming up on the channel soon, I think, and other stuff maybe. And the problem is, when you say everything that you hear and that you say throughout the day gets force raped into your subconscious. If you're around a really angry person who curses all day, all those angry curse words are going to end up in your subconscious and end up raping you in some kind of way, possibly. Or you could be yelling all day and you're doing it to yourself. You're getting everything you see, hear, and do, and all this stuff gets packaged into your subconscious. You become the judge, jury, and executioner of your own life, of your own actions, of your own sins. People are like, oh, God sees my sins. Well, you see them, actually. And you judge yourself on them, because if you feel bad about them, then you're judging yourself on what you did. And you're judging yourself. You're feeling bad. It's having immediate negative repercussions in your own life. It's not some outside God who's judging you on Judgment Day right now. I'm not saying that won't happen. I know a lot of people think that will happen. They think Judgment Day is coming. A God creature is going to judge us for masturbating all day and for collecting money and collecting honey. How dare humans have a little bit of fun? We should all be like the Amish, and we should be shoving potatoes up our arse 24/7. Blah, 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 blah. Outside gods who don't even live on Earth are going to judge us. Oh no. I know a lot of people freak out about that. I used to freak out about that. I don't give a shit anymore. So, that sounds like anti-human guilt tripping to make humans feel bad about themselves so that they keep reincarnating here. To me, that's what that sounds like to me now. But that's just my opinion nowadays anyways. Yeah, see you guys, bye.
Never forget you're the only one in your whole life who matters, and you need to care about yourself more than anyone else. Because when you die, no one you care about is going to be able to help you through the next realm. Maybe your dead ancestors, I'm not sure about that, I doubt it, but that could very well be the case. But the most important thing is strengthening yourself as much as possible. Mentally, spiritually, physically, everything you can do to unweaken yourself the most possible, to be prepared somewhat for death so that it doesn't catch you off guard, and then you get suckered into reincarnating here into this dog shit kindergarten realm, whatever this kindergarten realm is, where you notice that a lot of the language is tricks and anti-black magic spells to keep people feeling like dog crap in this realm. For example, blessed is be less, and the news is northeast, west, south, a global spell that gets all the normies to watch the news and to believe all this nonsense about this fake faggot world. And then they have other cursed words. All the language was hijacked by nigger fag Phoenicians who have raped the language and turned it into black magic witchcraft that puts spells and curses on anyone who uses it. And that includes a lot of the Western languages, not just English, but this goes for other languages as well. You have laughter inside the word slaughter. You have the word ill being inside the word kill. You have hello, talking about this place is hell, hello. You have, it doesn't matter. And I have everything I want, and I have everything I've ever wanted. I moved back into my mom's house recently, and so now I'm trying not to get grumpy from doing all the chores, but I have everything I need, and I have everything I want, and I have everything I've ever wanted or needed, and everything is fine and peachy keen, and I'm healthy and all that stuff. Anything I want I can buy on eBay or Amazon, and a lot of people in this realm might have that luxury, or maybe some people have that luxury, if you want to call it a luxury or whatever. So you can do whatever. I think I have everything I want except a GF, and I did try praying for a GF 10 years ago, and I did not get one. So I don't know if prayer actually does anything for me. It could do something for you. I don't discourage prayer. Be careful who you give your energy away to, but whatever. If I'm going to pray to Jesus or God or whoever, I feel like might be getting tricked into praying to an ergagore. An ergagore is a collective ball of energy that people over time have sent their energy to, and now has become a demigod creature, spirit, deity with lots of strong powers, because humans have given them so much prayer and energy and sacrifices throughout the years and stuff like that. And now people can tap into these ergagores, make contracts with them like demons, make pacts with them, talk to them, learn from them, maybe benefit from them, unbenefit from them. Fucking people can, yeah. So I don't know. So which sounds like that Air album when he sings "Run," the song "Run" from the band Air album. When he goes, or you can take that as the My Sharona song when he goes, my. Anyways, and people, I know ways that when I think about things I want to do, somebody I think it's silly if I say I want to build my own gym obstacle course, because I like climbing around, and I don't really get to do that very much in my adult body, because it's tricky to build an obstacle course gym in this day and age with all the permits and all that stuff, and you need the land, and you need some help, or you need some know-how on how to do it. So that's, people are like, what's your goal in 5 years? Or 10 years, or 20 years? Well, I want to build my own obstacle course gym just for myself, pretty much, or whoever wants to join, which I might have to do on a piece of property that I'd have to buy, which then I'd have to build a shelter and a house on as well, and cook rabbits, mostly skinning them for beef jerky, and I think subsiding on rabbits and beef jerky mostly, and other liquids like waters, blackberries, and orange juice trees that I could also plant. Orange trees, apple trees, some sort of juice, I think, for my sweet tooth, my sweet tongue. And the other goal is the GF, getting a property, building my own gym. And I've been thinking, a lot of the time I think about how I'd love to, if I could walk upside down. But it's really hard, and whenever I practice, I get really tired because my arms, it's hard to hold up this much weight when you're this thin, and it's very hard to walk on your arms for long extended periods of time. And I also think about walking on all four limbs, like 2 on my hands and on my knees, like a bestial creature. I know that sounds kind of strange, but I've been wanting to do that through the woods and stuff like that, and I haven't gotten around to it. I haven't really done it in about 10 years or so. And of course, I would be doing this with stilts, and so I do have some stilts that I bought that I haven't really used much at all, and but I don't like wearing shoes, and these stilts kind of require you to wear shoes with the stilts, otherwise it feels a little bit awkward. I'm wondering if there are more comfortable stilts for people like me who prefer barefoot and sandal foot job, foot wearing, foot preferences. And I put green plastic over all my windows in my room. I'll try to show you guys a picture or a video of it, but I put green glass over all my windows, so now all of my windows are green. Well, not all of them, but almost pretty much all of them are green windows now. So the sunlight that comes into the room is now green. It should be green. There wasn't a whole lot of sun here today, so it was kind of hard to see. But I did go swimming today, and I do love to swim, and so I'm really happy I got to go swimming. And just felt like I got everything I wanted today because I got to go swimming. And what else do you need besides swimming and stuff? You don't need, even if a GF, I mean, you would get bored. They're boring creatures. They don't talk about anything. A lot of people, men and women, are weed addicts or alcoholics, and they depend on drugs I don't know why they depend on drugs, but a lot of people are addicted to drugs. It's very, it's kind of sad. Okay, that's all I'm gonna say. It's kind of sad, and I don't have that problem. Of course, I have other issues in quotation marks, but I always thought it was weird how alcoholics and weed addicts and cigarette users or whatever drug it is, a lot of those drugs really taste gross, and even cigarettes really made me freak out, kind of with anxiety, and made me almost. I even tried chewing tobacco, and I think that made me puke pretty bad because it was too intense on your gums. And cigarettes are okay, I guess, but they feel very unhealthy smoking them. They feel like you're inhaling a fucking bag of fart fumes. Honestly, I might rather ingest a balloon full of fart fumes than a balloon full of cigarette tar. At least the fumes are methane, and so they're probably healthier than whatever is in cigarette smoke. So my suggestion to people who smoke weed or cigarettes: start collecting your farts in the bathtub, Mythbusters style. They do that in an episode of Mythbusters. They collect their farts in a bathtub. It's really gay, and I'm not making that up. You can YouTube it right now. Start collecting your farts in a bathtub. Fart gas. Collect it all in a big. Start collecting it in jars and jugs like the e-girls sell on OnlyFans. They sell their fart fumes online, and then so instead of smoking cigarettes, people can just start huffing their own fart fumes, and it'll be the same as inhaling a bunch of cigarettes gas, except it's fart gas, and it's healthier, and it's cheaper than cigarettes. So that's my advice for anyone who's hooked on cigarettes or weed, or any kind of smoking drug. Seriously, and if you're addicted to alcohol, I would recommend replacing alcohol with if I was an alcoholic, I would just microdose Datura seeds or Morning Glory seeds. You can get them from the store for very cheap, and you would feel, I don't know, maybe you would feel similar, I don't know, or whatever, but, or, I don't know, microdose alcohol. Like, don't drink, just have a tiny bit, have a small flask with you all day, and just have a few drops every 5 minutes, and then and then people wouldn't be dying of alcoholism and drunk driving and all this stuff. Yeah, so I hope I can make some badass metal songs before I die. If not, it's okay. It's just, that's also my goal, is to be able to make some cool metal songs, but whenever I try to do it, it just sounds so harsh, and it doesn't, and not in a fun way. It just sounds like distorted, like the audio quality is not good on my guitar amp or my voice. The quality is just very parched and hairy and fuzzy and stuff like that, and I really want to get like a good metal sound if I'm going to make a metal band. And I haven't even thought of the name of my metal band. If I made a metal band, I would have to think of a name for the metal band, and I have not thought of one yet. The Baby Grinch rape fucker killers of death and doom and gloom and fun. I think I would name it that. The Baby Grinch rape death killers of murder, of rape, and I already forgot what I said a second ago, but it sounded badass. The badass Grinches from outer space who've come to take shits and farts on everyone who gets in their way. The badass baby Grinches who stopped by Epstein Island and they lit the entire... you actually have to be careful what you say, because there's some guy on 4chan this week. I don't know if I heard this from my buddy, who's my internet buddy, and he said that someone on 4chan got arrested this week because they said that they were going to end the existences of everyone connected to the Jeff Epp case. This was some guy who videotaped himself or something saying he was going to end the existences of all the Jeff Epp case people who were involved in that, which is all of the celebrities and politicians, like all of them. And he had himself on video recording saying this, and then he got arrested, and they probably charged him with domestic T-word or something similar to that. So you actually have to be careful a little bit of what you say in this realm, because they get a little grumpy now because of how much freedom has been kind of raped. And the Constitution came from Tartaria for sure, because the U.S. Constitution is the only constitution in the entire realm, of this small part of the realm that they force us to stay in, this faggot nigger realm area, where you are allowed to have a militia and fight back and have freedom of thought and freedom of speech. No other constitution in the entire part of this realm has a constitution like that says you can form basically a militia army and go against the tyrannical government, which they are. They're extremely evil and tyrannical, obviously. And so just the mere fact that we have this constitution from 1776 reset or whatever, it definitely, I think, came from Tartaria. And I think Mount Rushmore was obviously probably from Tartaria, the Biltmore. All these beautiful hotels, I think, were not built by us at all, but were built by the last civilization. And I tried to find construction photos of the Biltmore, and I found not very many. I could be wrong about that. I don't think I'm wrong, but maybe I could be. I really don't think I'm wrong, because that's a very nice looking hotel. And other state capitol buildings are obviously from the last civilization of humans. I think Mount Rushmore is. Maybe the Statue of Liberty could be. Basically everything. It was just not done by us and given to us, I think. Even the outer realms, there's videos of ships coming through Antarctica on the radars, which are probably bringing in outer realm technology into our realm through sea vessels that are, if you look at the sea vessel tracker website, you can see ships that are literally traveling through the land mass of Antarctica. And that's because there are openings in Antarctica through the ice wall where the outer realm sea vessels can travel through to this realm, probably delivering, drugs or new technology from the outer realm, or who knows, and in exchange for these outer realm technologies, I'm guessing that the elite people in charge are giving them, youngster blood, just something that they want, which I don't know what our society could give them that they want, besides, possibly sacrifices or youngster blood or something like that, which I imagine they probably want for its divine nectar purposes. They drink it to get stronger and to live longer and stuff like that. And perhaps it's a commodity where they're from, because maybe they have way better laws where they're from the outer realms, unlike the ones we have here where people just break the laws. And anyway, so I'm trying to think of what we could give them in exchange besides youngster blood, but I can't think of anything that they would want from us, since we don't invent anything, and everything we have was given to us after the Phoenicians, I'm guessing, raped and destroyed all of Tartaria and put themselves in this area. And probably through the wars of the Civil War, and probably through the wars of the Boxer Rebellion, those really old wars from back then, the quote-unquote Revolutionary War, I think we're definitely just pre or post or current reset wars, where the last huge human civilizations were fighting for control of this small part of the realm. And we obviously know who got control of it because of all the evil fag shit we see today. It was the evil fag side who won the war and is now controlling these parts of our realms, and now has all of us living here, who all of us were most likely cloned Cabbage Patch creature babies. And we were all mostly cloned from incubators, and all of our great-grandpas and grandmas were probably either brought here from underground human societies, from outer realm societies, or from cloning machines, so that we could be used here as some kind of slaves for the people here, or the archons, or the entities, or whatever it is here that's going on. Your guess is as good as mine, kind of. And I'll talk to you guys later. Bye-bye.
Now it's time to have a snuggle with my very best friend in the whole wide world. You. Well, I'm glad you could come over. See you soon. Bye. And the clown jumped over the moon.